So after a cool night, this may not be the best way to show it, but currently 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, even after a cooler night, it'll definitely show it. 80 degrees Fahrenheit with AC on. Let's see if we can get that fixed. Just assembled this for the first time. It wasn't too hard. Put that on, put these on. Didn't even use any thread sealant because I noticed O-rings on the inside. Just screwed this on. Right is closed, left is open. So let's find out if the problem is that there's nothing in it, which is my first suspicion, considering how it's been sitting. It sat for a few years at one point and didn't work afterwards, so I think it just really slowly leaked out. But let's see if we hold vacuum. First, I located the low side. And it's pretty easy on R134a systems. You basically just... Oh, it's got a quick connect. Okay, quick connects on. Okay. Guess that's the high side then. I was expecting low side. Careful with your caps because they help not lose the charge. Now I'm going to find the other side. I'm used to having to click them on, but this quick connect, that's professional. So, first good mention for my new item here. Car problems got your head in the sand? Be triumphant. You have a champion to help you. Huzzah! Welcome to the D.E. Nichols channel. AutoTheBottom.com. A few minutes, but I just found the other side. Yeah, if I'd seen both, I would have realized. Because little guy is the low side. And let's see what we've got in there. Leaning towards nothing. Totally open it up. Yeah, I figured. Atmospheric pressure. So, time to get a vacuum on this and see if it holds. Okay, so far so good. I never used this type before. I just bought the cheapest one that I had available locally. And it's drawing down vacuum. So we'll see if that's good enough. My air compressor is pretty weak. Okay, I've adjusted my air compressor down to 75 psi so that it can run 75 psi. It kind of has a rattle because my kids played with it. I also threaded this brand new. Fortunately, I had to sacrifice another tool for it. I really need to get more of these connectors. And it looks like my air compressor, while putting out 75 psi, is not going to get this pressure into vacuum as deep as I want it. There's nothing I can do about that. See if it holds vacuum. This is a standard or what, but I was pretty pleased to see that it just hooked right together. First try. So I'm glad I got both American-made pieces here. Little noisy record of it being at about -15 psi. Hope that's enough to boil off the moisture inside. Okay, just to put it in perspective, it's staying rock solid steady. So I feel comfortable with drawing vacuum on it one more time just to see if it helps. Because what I did is I had only tighten these by hand. Apparently 14 millimeters, so I tightened that one. I tightened this one, and made sure that these were actually really on there. A couple of them were a little bit loose, but regardless, that gauge hasn't moved. So I think it was right that it just sat around for a long time. So this is a venturi style. Uses my air compressor. Create a venturi to suck it down. I'd much rather have one of those devices that you can just set up and leave. But hey, it works. I'm pretty sure I've drawn all the vacuum that this venturi little guy can suck, because it's not going any lower. Okay, I actually tried putting vacuum on it again, and I wasn't actually able to get any more out of it. I see it slowly losing vacuum. Suck. Okay, I had a few problems. I had a moment where I said suck, but it's a very simple venturi design. So the moment you take your air hose off, it doesn't exactly have a valve to hold the pressure in. So I kept thinking, oh no, I'm losing the vacuum really fast. And then I slowly developed a worse and worse leak, because every time I picked it up, I was played with this until it was loose, apparently. And the other thing is, you want to have your sides closed, because obviously if this is open, it'll leak the vacuum out through this basically is a vacuum leak. Intentional by design. But I think I'm holding pressure. I think I'm going to be good. I can't find my dye introducer, so hopefully I don't have a real slow leak that turns up later that I need to find, because I saved and spent half as much and got the one without dye, thinking I can just introduce a little. But I remember the last time I used my dye introducer on the Chevy Prism, I accidentally left it under the hood, and it lost its ability to seal, so I can't put a little dye in there. And I was real picky. I bought the PAG that is meant for this car, at least according to AutoZone or O'Reilly's. They looked it up as this, because on the official sticker it said PAG Type R. I have no idea what PAG Type R or PAG or O means, but according to O'Reilly's, this was supposed to be fine, so I went with PAG 100. And it's not that I really need to re-oil the system. It's just I wanted some dye, and I didn't want it to interact in a poor way, so it's being careful. So other than user error with my new gauge set, it holds vacuum, so pressurized up. I shook this can for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to monitor the high side, and I'm going to introduce R134a. Got the AC turned on at this time. And this should work. At least on the last kind I bought, I was supposed to shake it back and forth continually. I'm not sure about this one. I'll check on that. Okay. So, this new setup, it would pull vacuum down off of this hose, but it would not charge up, would not go in. So I used my old setup. I was able to get a charge in. I think it's still below the minimum to get it to kick over. But regardless, I'm pretty disappointed that my brand new manifold gauge set, $90 from O'Reilly's, I seem to complain every time I buy something from O'Reilly's, don't I? And nothing. Will not come out. Will not go into the system. I'm still a little low, only 150 on the high side. That closer to 200. Plus, of course, the full charge on this system is supposed to be about 18.5 ounces. So I need 1.5 cans in there. And I've only got 1 can in there. Pretty disappointed. Okay, feeling pretty good right now. I don't know what it was, but I mean, you can see in the sight glass the refrigerant's going in. Even looks like it has a little dye. I'm pleased about that. High side's still a little low, but it's coming up. I just had to keep playing with this, and eventually it would decide to go through, I guess. AC compressor hasn't turned on yet, probably because it hasn't reached minimum pressure. Should be getting close though. It's hovering just below 150 on the high side. Check for cold on the inside here. Actually, it feels a little cold. $10 degrees cooler than earlier, and the engine's been running for a while, so that's kind of impressive. 77. I mean, obviously that's not where I need it to be. Getting down to 77 in the morning is going to be a lot hotter later. And of course, you can't actually see the pressure on the low side while it's charging. Feeling cold. Freon's working. According to this, the temperature outside is about 80, and it is. Then my target is 27 to 50. I'm always going to call 27 too low, but okay, 35 to 45 I'd guess. Finally getting above 150 on the high side. I think I have to have the high side closed to get the low side down in a range that it will still take pressure in. As soon as I closed this pressure started to, see? That's what was keeping that side too high to function. It should honestly be working now. Check the temperature inside again. $77 degrees. Honestly, it feels cold, and this is just the temperature of the plastic. The air is actually cold. Oh, there we go. Look at that. AC is working, and AC wasn't leaking, so I think that's a fix. 70 degrees cold. Runs recirculate or max like the instructions actually told me to do. And it blows even colder. I don't have to suffer anymore this week. I'm so happy. Terrible lighting, right? But hey, it works. Get out there and work on something.